Alright, welcome back to Bottom Line TT, where we are talking about everything and anything that matters to everyone, but of course, talking about it in a very real way. Today, we are going to be talking about the education system. In fact, I am giving a commencement speech. But before we get into that, of course, I'm going to need you to like, to click, and to subscribe. Let me vibes of the place. Love up yourself. Thanks. Let me say that everything you see and hear today is only meant to put a smile on your face. No more, no less. So all you please don't come after me with a big stick. It is unfair. I don't cast you already. I am a teacher as well as an entertainer. So I have found a way to put those two things together to become an edutainer. Teachers too boring and entertainers can sometimes go too far. So I find a way to make it meet in the middle. I jump right into the thing. Big people love to tell all their children, go to school, do your work. We just come up with all kinds of things about what you're supposed to do in school. And if you do them, your future will be better. Well, I'm here to tell you today that they lie.
You hear lie? That is lie.
Life outside here, real hard. And I am telling you as an adult, school does not provide all the answers. So in effect, what I'm telling you is that we lied to you, we messed you up, but it was for your own good.
Oh hell no!
Now I can't get into everything because we don't have all the time in one video for me to tell you how school messed you up as a child, as a young person. However, I will just give you some of the most important ways that school messed you up, and of course, we'll get to the bottom line of how to fix it. Let's jump into it right in. Your parents tell your boys and books don't mix. And young ladies, well, they shall listen to that. If they didn't listen to their own words, how you reach in this world? And let me tell you, to follow certain career paths, right? So the way you be a lawyer, the way you be a doctor, the way you be a politician, the way you be a businessman, the way you be all these nice, big, fancy things, no boy. But hear this now, if you look at the world today, you really want to become a lawyer, boy? When somebody tells you they're a lawyer, really, you know what that is? They are a trained liar. And if somebody tells you they are a doctor, guess what? Guess what doctors do? Doctors really are glorified druggies. They know how to tell you to stick a needle in your arm and drug yourself. They just do it in the right way. And not talk about a politician. Politicians know to do two things: lie and thief. And not talk about business. They just tell you to be greedy. Sharing is caring. And from young you hearing, from preschool you hearing that sharing is caring. But you don't know any businessman at all that does share anything. School teaching you to be a businessman, a businesswoman. You're doing POB, economics, accounts, whatever, right? But all business people are greedy people. Let's make money and keep it for themselves. And don't talk about trying to evade paying taxes. That is any good example? And of course, I have to move to science. To me, becoming a scientist is the most dangerous profession in the world. Right? You could go to school, they tell you all this wonderful thing about science, scientists make money, all kind of nice things. But here's what's on the flip side of that. Every bomb in the world was constructed by a scientist. So you can tell me that we didn't mess all up? Oh gosh, I am telling you today, I am sorry as a teacher because we lied to you all, we messed you all up, we told you all that things were going to be so much better if you get an education in your head. That is a lie, a big lie. But you know what we just tell you? That it is for your own good. Education is for your own good. If you go to school and you get an education, you'll come out of poverty. For real? Rubbish. Rubbish. Because there are plenty people who have degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and they're still home being a glorified janitor for their mother. Let them go sweep their house now. Let them see where they will live. All they will become is a vagrant with a degree. Rubbish. Another thing is, they tell you, go to school, behave yourself, be respectful, be disciplined. But how is that possible? When I go into school and let's say the teacher is a female, Miss come to school, me and know if she wake up and she have one breathing she face too hard and the breath stink or something, but Miss come to school with a bad attitude. How are you supposed to have respect for she? And she's saying and doing all kind of things to upset me. What about as a young man? All, you know how children could be cruel? All their nicknames, I don't know how, especially in Trinidad. You know how Trinidad just come up with all their nicknames. Beanhead, toehead, puberty now hitting, so I get a little growth spurt because that's what has happened. And everybody want to call me lamppost or bumpy face. My face so bumpy I could bust a car tire. You understand how they want me to be disciplined and behave myself? Or even as a girl. Oh gosh, I feel it even more cruel for girls. Picky head, adolescent, now hitting, and everybody else getting impressed. But poor little me ain't getting none. So everybody want to call she plum seed or roti bottom. As a child, how am I supposed to remain disciplined and behave myself? I'm telling you, if that was me, and them bullies and them calling me names and saying all kind of thing about me, doing me all kind of thing, they would be eating lip slices and teeth pillar. Now, I have to get a little serious because one of the things that has upset me about school, it used to upset me when I was a student, and it upsets me even more now that I am an edutainer, is that we like, especially in the Caribbean, to make sex something that has a taboo on it. We mess all the up and tell you, stay away from sex. Sex is skin. If you have sex, something could be wrong with you. That is madness! Sex is a very normal function that should take place between two consenting adults.
Between two consenting adults.
And that's what we should tell all you. And by the way, you don't have a pinky, or you don't have all the other names. I can't say them now because it's just weird. I find it weird to say all them names, Ning Ning and Mukunks and Butterfly. Just, you have a vagina! Boys, you have a penis! And that is what your parents and your teachers should be telling you, Mr. Minister. Sex ed in schools is the right way to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I come to the end of my commencement speech, I am really happy to be here today to send you off into the world, knowing now all the truths of this wonderful world that we live in. Let's get to the bottom line. There are fixes, right? It's not all bad and gloomy and everything in the world is not bad, right? There are fixes. Here are some nice professions that you could get into. First one, become a miracle vendor. What do I mean by that? Well, you can join, if you want a miracle, join this line, the $500 line. And if you want God to work for you faster, join the $1,000 line, the $2,000 line. That is a miracles vendor. You understand? And if the miracles vendor thing don't work out, go into IT. You are living in the age where you all have your phones, your tablets, all kind of pieces of technology as an extension of your left or right arm. Use that to your advantage, don't wait for we. And by that, I mean, do not download porn, guys. Also, these days, weed in all them jurisdictions becoming either legalized or decriminalized. Who say, let's start an online petition to get the government to give us the opportunity to sell all kind of products made from this wonderful herb. I saw the Rastas going, Jah Rastafari Selassie. let me stop my stupidness. I honestly hope that you young people go off into the world and find yourselves becoming productive citizens of not just our country, but our region, and by extension, our world. This video, the point of this video really is to show you all that the world is changing and you have to change with it. We went to school, we learned, we did our thing. We might have made the world better, or we might have made it worse. That is not the point though. The point here today is that you now have the opportunity to run the world. And don't let anybody tell you anything different. It's your time now. Yes, learn from the mistakes of the past. Learn from the successes of the past. But jump into the future and do not look back. Forget all the old fools. Leave me behind. Live your life. This was Bottom Line TT. We out.